Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great mills, not surely rule well. Peace and blessings unto the Arkham throughout the four corners of the world. Pushing this truth in all sincerity and with all religions. This is Matana once again. I'm the GMS Trinidad West Camp, coming through the Spirit of the Lord, to do another lesson to edify the Lord's flock. It's gonna start off with this precept here. It says in Genesis 25 and verse 21. It says, "And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger." And this just goes to show that not everybody is the same. You have the Lord with the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. There's a separation, between different nations. Not because, as people like to say, we all bleed the same color blood means we are the same. No, the Lord said, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 nations are in thy womb. And they didn't come from 2 different men. They came from the same man, which was Isaac. You understand? Isaac was the father of these 2 nations. It says, "And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, they were twins. They were twins in her womb." And that is not identical twins. That is fraternal twins, meaning that they were born at the same time. We were identical, to Esau. It says, "And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau," which in the Hebrew that is Ishashua, which means wasted away is he. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was three score years old when she bare him. A score is 20, so 3 score years old would be 60 years. But the main point of this few verses I read here was Jacob hand being on Esau's heel. And it had a reason why his hand was on Esau's heel. Now, your heel, I doubt anybody might need explanation for this, but I'll just say it anyway. Your heel is where on your body? It is on your foot. And your foot is to the bottom of your foot. And your foot, or to the bottom of your leg. To the bottom of your body, I should say. And something I was gonna say, your heel is at the bottom of your body. And the reason Jacob's hand was on Esau's heel was to represent him, Jacob, pulling Esau down. Pulling on his heel. When somebody is above you, where you gonna be able to grab them by the foot. Say for example, you climb on up a ladder. The only how you could the only way that you could grab someone's heel is if they are above you. So Jacob grabbing on Esau's heel and pulling it, represents him, Jacob, pulling Esau down, and and that would represent us, his descendants, pulling the Edomites down, pulling them down spiritually through this work. And the scripture spoke about that, and in 2 Thessalonians. But before I read 2 Thessalonians, I just want to read, this precept here. Second Ezra 6, it says, 2 Ezra 6 and verse 7, it says, Then answered I, and said, What shall be the part and asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follow it? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So, the end of this world, or the end of this age, will be Esau. Who is ruling right now? Esau. Scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we have these Edomites ruling right now, which they try to change the identity and call themselves what, white, or the Caucasian race. And we have Jacob, who is the beginning of the next world. The beginning of the world that is to come. So even though you might see, China looking like, they're about to rule next, it's not so according to the prophecy in Daniel, in Revelation, even in Isaiah and what Jeremiah and those prophets saw. According to the prophecies, and according to this prophecy here, Jacob is the one to rule next. But this is how we're pulling him down. This is 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. Who is the wicked? The same ones that were being pulled down. The same ones that we held on to the heels of. When you read Malachi, the first chapter and the 4th verse, it says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh had indignation forever. So you're calling them the border of wickedness. In other words, the wicked. They represent the wicked. Even when you read, I quoted before, Job, it says what the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces thereof. Who covered the faces of our judges who changed the images of the icons, who painted himself to be the angels, the Most High, Yahweh Shai. Who did that? The Moabites didn't do that. The Arabs didn't do that. The original nations at Japheth didn't do that. Who did it? The Edomites. So who is the wicked? The Edomites. You understand? The scriptures say in 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 10 and verse 8, it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed." And in this timing is when we reveal who the wicked were. It says, "Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth," consuming them with the spirit of his mouth. And what his mouth represents? His mouth represents his prophets. Consuming them with the spirit of his mouth, which is, us going out there and speaking his words, because we are his mouthpiece. Talk about using, let me see if I can find it. It says, Hosea 12 verse 10, it says, "I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets." So he's speaking by his prophets. So when they're talking about his mouth, what is he speaking about? He is speaking about the men that he used to say the things or to speak the things that he is about to do. When you read Amos 3 and verse 7, it says, "Surely the Lord will do nothing except he reveal his secrets unto his servants the prophets." So he revealed it unto his men, and his men go and prophesy about the things to come. So first the Lord consuming them by his men, going out there and speaking the things that is about to come. And that is the reason why, they have the fear, because they see men who they spend billions, possibly trillions on to hide the truth from, and they see those very same men, going out there and speaking the same things that they try to hide. You understand? That is what having them terrified. How it's like, how it possible? But Yahweh Shai said, "There is nothing hidden that shall not be revealed." You can't hide the truth. What the scriptures say about the truth. It says in Sirach 27 and verse 9. It says, "The birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her." So it's something basically inevitable. It's unavoidable. You can't stop it. It's prophecy that the Lord would reserve a remnant in these times. That remnant would receive the truth. That remnant would receive that spirit of truth, and they would boldly go out and prophesy the truth. And that is the beginning of him being pulled down, him being taken down from the position that he is in, or he was in, or he still is in today. that position of dominance over the earth. Now, when we, you know, who the Lord called and gave his word, go out there and preach and speak about the lies or expose the lies of Esau, and people begin to wake up, that was the beginning of his fall, because how he ruled through his lies. He ruled through, you know, people being unaware of who he really is, people being unaware of his systems, people being unaware of his hypocrisy and his deceit, and how he rules, because he rules through darkness, he rules through deception. He creates a problem to which he already have the solution, and make the people come to him, like what he did, for example, with C19, you know, and he make himself appears as the good one, as the hero. Now we exposing those things, making him look, you know, very wicked. You know, not look very wicked, but, you know, just showing him to be who he is. So he beginning to lose that grip that he have over the world. Now the final piece is him being totally destroyed, and that is what we're waiting on the Lord to do. Now we expose his lies, we expose his who he is, we expose what he did in the past, how he ruled over nations, and now the Lord is bringing down his system, bringing down his economy. The Lord gonna bring civil unrest, and then eventually gonna lead to World War III, and his kingdom being destroyed by nuclear missiles, and that's gonna be the end. That's gonna be when that very same time gonna be when Jacob is delivered, and Jacob begins to rule. You know, it says that in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, the 7th. You know what? Yeah. Yes. I read verse 3 first. It says, "For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it." Verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." From the time of our temptation up to the time of World War III, that's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble, but what he shall be saved out of it. The Lord going to preserve his men during those very trying times, and then he going to deliver his men from the destruction that these ICBMs going to bring, and these chariots going to bring, through what? Through those same chariots, you know, taking his men up out of the earth. It says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. That I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him." So at that very same time, we're going to be delivered from this final captivity that we're serving. But let's let me finish this precept here and close off. It says, 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8, it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." And that brightness of his coming, speaking about the thousands of chariots that he's gonna come with, the thousands of angels that he's gonna come with, which gonna bring down what fire and even those those missiles. That gonna be the end of this man's kingdom. This kingdom have a have a greater to fall. The most advanced kingdom that ever exists. So that means it's gonna be the greatest fall of all. You know? But with that, I wanna give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakutash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, the great men that surely do well. And peace and blessings unto the Akim, surely four corners of the world. This is Martin from James Trinidad West. Saying shalom. Until next time. Esau must be cast down.